Hello and welcome to our final signature, and we will be done. Yay. So this is the last sheet that I saved for the base page on this right side panel. And I indicated early on the front of the album when we first started that the left side panel also had a spot for journaling. It's the reverse side is this pattern, but I was going to save this sheet to do it at the end because it's a great place for visitors if you're having a baby shower to sign in, log in. It's also a great place to log in events with the baby, you know, dates, times, locations. Now, this sheet had This was the entire trim right here. And I just love this piece, and this looked so bare. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a separate flap that will incorporate this so that you can open it up and then you get the whole view of this beautiful setting. It's going to look like this. Okay. So you could actually put maybe some dates over here and then scribe over. But that's what I'm going to be doing with this piece. I'm not going to toss it away. It's just too beautiful to do that. This is going to be a small flap on the left with a very large flap on the right. So let's start with the left first because I want to get this in there. All right, this little panel piece is going to measure at 4 inches. And then you're going to come in here and score it at a 1/2 inch. And it's 8 3/4 in the height, which is the height of the base page. But I think the width might be, no, it's 8 1/2 inches across by 8 3/4. So I've got this ready to go. I'm going to pull my tape. And I'm going to set this on there. It'll just be a tiny little flap on this side. So now we can add this piece in. And if you're careful with how you trim, some of this stuff should line right up the blanket and the little shoes across the bottom. And I did fill my glue bottle, just so that you know. Okay. All right, that is your final signature base page. I'm going to turn it over. And in my stash, I had this pattern. This is what's across the bottom of it, but I'm reversing it. And this will be the piece I'm putting here. Now, you've got plenty of scraps. You can choose whichever piece you want to put in. But I thought that this helped pull in some of these stripes where you're going to be writing. So it looked like it would belong there. And then in my scraps, there was this cute little piece with a birdie on it and some leaves and some flowers. And it was perfect for putting it down here as a pocket. Now, I did put in one of the little bumblebees out of the laser cut, and it's so tiny I went ahead and attached it. So that's why you're seeing that on there already. So this pocket piece measures 3 1/2 inches by 3 1/4 inches. And we're going to maximize the pocket space by putting as thin a tape as you can without losing the integrity of the piece. My husband's arriving with the lawnmower. I'm going to close my door. Sorry about that. Now I gotta, okay, so I gotta do this side. I messed up. Oh, I messed up. Oh, oh, Charlie. Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. I forgot to set my magnets. I was so excited about this little piece here, I forgot to set my magnet. Okay, so like I did once before, can I sneak in here and set? I used a little bit more glue because I was scrimping the last time. I don't know if I can get in here deep enough. Ah, I can't believe I did this. Okay, so I'm in deep enough, so let me, I'm gonna have to put some glue on the back side of this. I'm not gonna be able to tape this down, dad blast. I am such a goofball. Okay, get that in there as far as I can. Before the glue on the magnet sets up. There we go. Okay. Now I'm putting in 2 magnets because this right side page flap is going to have a lot of weight on it. So I want to be, oh, I just tore that doggone it. I want to get 2 magnets in here because of the weight of this next flap. Let me try this again. I can't believe I did this. I'm not going to be able to get in there. Okay, so I know what I'm going to do. All right, I got to get this other flap on, and then I know what I can do to fix this. At least that one's in there. Not very far, but it's there. Okay, so let's get this page on. You're learning what not to do. This is 8 inches across by 8 3/4 in the height. On this one, you're going to score it a half, and then you're going to score it at 5/8. There's not going to be much buildup on this, so that's why I left that hinge at a 1/2 inch. So let's get this on here. I do want this to come right up to that 1/2 inch score line. Putting the hinge to the front on top. All right, now, voila. Okay, tape. I'm looking for tape. I'll show you what I'm going to do to fix this. Okay, get off my hook. There we go. All right, now I'm going to bring this over, making sure everything's at the same level. Commit, pull. Now here's my magnet on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit a magnet on the top of this, and it will cover with this. So that's how I'm getting around my boo-boo. The only thing that saved me up here is I don't know how I was able to get through that glue, because once it's on there, it's on there. So now we're going to line up this magnet this on here. I'm picking up the excess tape, putting it over. Okay, now I'm going to fold this over, and voila. I almost got them in the same spot. So now I'm going to take some tape so these two don't take off on little walkabouts. Okay. Whew. I averted disaster. Okay, and we'll put this piece on. Now, as I'm thinking about this, I'm just looking through here for some short, cute, no, that's gender specific, and I could put first tooth. That would be about right. So I'll put that down here. If you think about this as being a 12-month calendar. Okay. Then some lace. Okay, that's done. Didn't need to do anything with that. Now let's move to, I'm going to go back to the outside, because this is month 11. Now this piece, when you trim it, it had these up in the corner, and so if you're going to center this piece, what's on the reverse side? It's that another circle piece. So I want you to center this element in the middle, and the two strips you're going to have that you're taking off the left and the right, I went in and I didn't want to lose that floral. I fussy cut. It needs to be rounded just a bit here. I fussy cut these, and I'm putting them on here. And then month 11 is going to go here, and up here with the balloons will go month 11. All right, so let's go ahead and get this attached. This is such a big piece, I'm going to use tape. The glue would start to set and dry once I got halfway around, so I am going to tape this one on. And because of its size, I'm going to run one down the middle. I'll take this one off first. I can always tell when things stack up on my picker because my picker doesn't fit very well. Okay, and then we're going to line this up in here, secure that tape. Okay, so this piece will go on the upper corner. Now you don't have to do this. If it's your preference as to whether you want to trim these out and add it. And then I took this all the way to the top, followed the line straight down here on the left. And then month 11 will go up here with the balloons. And then these are going to flip up this way. So these are going to be 8 1/4 inches long by 4 3/8 in width. And then you're going to come in here and score it at 4 1/8 inches. Trim out your pieces. These ended up trimming 3 by 4, if you care to know. And then this one. And then we're going to just set it right here. Okay, month 11's done. Now let's go in and let's play with month 12. And we're at the final piece, this piece. The back side of it is the last piece of the packet that shows you what pieces are in here. So you're going to cut to fit. And I am going to be adding tape to this because of the magnets. So let me get this out of the way. And I'm going going to set a piece here in the center again. Trim the tape off of that. Okay, let's bring this back to me. All right. Okay, so I am putting month 12 here dead center. I'm taking this cute little laser cut item and I'm going to put him right there. Month 12 goes here. I'm putting one of the little laser cut cute little bugs. And then down here, we're going to have the cleaning table. And we're going to have the stool and the small baby carriage. And if I set these right, then their sizes look a little proportionate. Not much, but a little bit. Okay, let's get this one set. Month 12. The little bug. I'm putting these down first because then I can set the card for month 12 in the proper position. I kind of messed myself up earlier when I didn't do this. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this put together. And again, it's the same measurements. It's going to flip up, so it's 8 1/4 in its length, and then you're going to score it at 4 1/8. Trim your pieces. Mine trimmed out to be 3 by 4. And while I have a chance, this is going to be for sale on my website, mymessyfingers.com. And I will be sending with this the remaining solid papers, the laser cut items, and then there's all these specific, these word titles that are specific, like whether it's a baby boy, baby girl. There's some heart embellishments. So all of this, the remaining paper and the remaining laser cuts will go with this album. So just so that you know. Where's my paper? Okay, month 12. And over here you get to document all the accomplishments. Okay, let's put the table down. And because there isn't a pocket, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that all the small elements are glued. Raise this up just a little bit. Treating this as a frame on the wall, if you will. And we'll pull the stool forward just a little bit. And I wished I had that one one extra larger one, but this will just have to do. So we'll put it back here against the wall so it appears that the room has got some depth to it. All right, look at that. We're done. Let's get tape for the back so we can get this in our album. Excuse me. Oh my goodness sakes. All right, let's get this set. This ended up being rather chunky. So it will set in here like so. So I'm going to turn this way. Bringing it to the end, balancing top to bottom. Push back on that hinge just a little bit. And we're done. Okay, we're finished. Thank you for playing along. I hope you enjoyed it. And please reach out if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye-bye.